Jai Prabhupada. Jnana-cindasya gana-gana-salakaya Chakshushri-chāde-yatasya-sri-gurave namaha Sri-chaitanya-vishta-hita-hita-hita-hita-hita Sri-rupa-dāma-nidara-kṛṣṇa-ranjikam Vandeham Sri-Vishnu-kamalam Sri-Guru-Vaśṇava-stam Sri-Rupa-Sajatam Sri-Akara-Raghuram-Charitam-Sajivam Sadhutam Sadhutam Parijana Saita Sri-Krishna-Chaitanya Sri-Radha-Krishna-Parasakara Lalita-Sri-Shakamatam He Krishna Karna Sindhu Dinabadhu Jagapati Gopesha Tata-kañcana Gauranga Radha Vrindavan-ishvara Vishadari Sudhidevi Paramam Panchaka-patarubhyascha Asindhiyati Ati-āna-pāna-vidya-vaśṇadevi Namo Mahāvadanyaya Krishna-prema-padayati Krishna-Krishna-chaitanya-namo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura-bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare aneka-janma-saṁsiddhas Emanating-chadasya yatasya-maha prayatnād Chaitanya-chandra namo. So I thank everyone for being here this evening for the nightly Bhagavad-Gita class. So Bhagavad-Gita is the word of Lord Sri Kṛṣṇa. In the role of a guru, instructing his dear devotee, his dear disciple, in the matter of the science of Krishna consciousness, the yoga of the Supreme, or the yoga, had to be connected with Krishna within. So Lord Krishna is teaching Arjuna this supreme knowledge, but Lord Krishna, Arjuna, is already a dear devotee, so he doesn't need to get the knowledge. He's already full knowledge, you know who Krishna is. He's a dear devotee of Krishna. But in order to give us instructions to instruct the humanity, Lord Krishna used Arjuna as just like a transmitter, as a mirror. Through the mirror of Arjuna, the Lord is speaking to us. Through the mirror of Arjuna. So this chapter is about yoga, Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga is the way I say here, Dhyana Yoga. Dhyana means meditation. The Sankhya, some other Bhagavad-Gītā you find the title as Sankhya Yoga or Jnana. The original Bhagavad-Gītā, it has different titles. So, he basically the yoga, yoga. Towards the end of this chapter, because Lord Krishna had instructed Arjuna about the various aspects of yoga. Yoga means, in terms of the sense control, how the mind can be brought under control, because if the mind is not controlled, the senses cannot be controlled. And without controlling the senses, how can a person attain self-realization? Self-realization means to know oneself as a spiritual being, and to know oneself as part and parcel of God, of Kṛṣṇa, and how to connect with Him. So this is the part of self-realization, and that's the part of yoga. But in order to obtain that part, the senses have to be controlled. The senses have to be controlled. So the Lord is giving so many instructions about controlling the senses. Because when we are on the path of spiritual practice, there is always an agitation of the mind, of the senses, in respect to, because the senses, they want to enjoy the material energy. The senses want to enjoy material energy, like the sense of touch, sense of seeing, sense of hearing, sense of smelling, sense of tasting. So all these senses, they want to have materialistic enjoyment. And that's where the mind is always taking us. And so long the mind is taking us to all these things, if the mind is not controlled, then how is it possible to practice yoga? So the Lord has given so many instructions, and then Arjuna raises a doubt that, yes, my dear Kṛṣṇa, you have given a lot of instruction about mind control, but the mind is very stubborn. It's always, what happened to someone who has been practicing yoga for such a long period of time, and then all of a sudden the person fall off from the platform of yoga practice. The person fall off, the person stop practicing. What happened to such a person? Does that mean that whatever the person has been done is all gone? It's all gone? So Arjuna wanted to find out about this. And then Kṛṣṇa is now we want to give the instruction. We want to basically telling Arjuna, we want to give Arjuna some kind of confidence that yes, a person may practice yoga, and then in the course of practice, some progress may come, and then the person give up the practice. However, whatever the person has accumulated, that does not go in vain. That does not, there is no loss on that. Let me just read the verse first. Today's verse is 6:45. And then I will continue my discussion. So the text number 645, this is very interesting verse. Is it clear? Am I clear? Because I'm feeling so much echo. Is it clear? Okay. Is it clear? Huh? Okay. Alright. So we call chant together. Prayatnād to yogī saṁśuddha-kilbiṣaḥ aneka-janma-saṁsiddhas tato yāti parāṁ gatim prayatnād yatamānas yogī saṁśuddha-kilbiṣaḥ aneka-janma-saṁsiddhas tato yāti parāṁ gatim prayatnād yatamānas yogī saṁśuddha-kilbiṣaḥ aneka-janma-saṁsiddhas tato yāti parāṁ gatim. That's it?
prayatnād yatamānas yogī prayatnād yatamānas yogī saṁśuddha-kilbiṣaḥ aneka-janma-saṁsiddhas tato yāti parāṁ
Synonyms.
aneka-janma-saṁsiddhas tato yāti parāṁ
Yes.
prayatnād yogī saṁśuddha-kilbiṣaḥ aneka-janma-saṁsiddhas tato yāti parāṁ
Prayatnāt. By rigid practice, you can follow, repeat after me. Yatamānas, endeavoring to and yogī, such a transcendentalist, saṁśuddha, washed off, kilbiṣaḥ, all of whose sins, aneka, after many, janma, birth, saṁsiddhaḥ, having achieved perfection, tataḥ, thereafter, yāti, attains, parāṁ, the highest, gatim, destination. Translation of Purport by the very grace is up to the latest son of Purport. And when the yogi engages himself with sincere endeavor in making further progress, being washed off all contaminations, then ultimately achieving perfection after many births of practice, he attains the supreme goal. Purport. A person born in a particularly righteous, aristocratic, or sacred family becomes conscious of his favorable condition for executing yoga practice. With determination, therefore, he begins his unfinished task, and thus he completely cleanses himself of all material contaminations. When he is finally free from all contaminations, he attains the supreme perfection, Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Kṛṣṇa consciousness is the perfect state of being free of all contaminations. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad-Gītā. Ye santu antakata parāṁ janānam puñya-kāmanam te brahma-mohāni-mukta bhajante māṁ yatā. After many births of executing pious activities, when one is completely free of all contaminations and from all illusory dualities, one becomes engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. So, the Lord talks about the practitioners who have previously fallen away from their yoga practice, and then in their future birth, they automatically pick up the process from where they left off. So in the chapter 2 of Bhagavad-Gītā, text 240, so the Lord said, yatamānas, so text 240 says, so the Kṛṣṇa said that for one who has taken to the process of the yoga practice of Krishna consciousness, that there is no loss. There is no loss for one who has taken to Krishna consciousness. So which means the path of Krishna consciousness, in this case yoga practice, yoga means the union with God. The path is always auspicious to everyone. It's auspicious for everyone. But it's not that we wanted to the path. One does not necessarily attain the perfection immediately, or let's say in one lifetime. It may take several lifetimes. This is what is in the verse from the chapter we are reading here, from text 641 to text 646. So this will explain that yes, it may take several births for one to attain the perfection of yoga practice or Krishna consciousness. Because we are the Hare Krishna movement, so Prabhupada does not necessarily talk so much of yoga practice. Prabhupada normally likes to talk directly about Krishna consciousness, because Krishna consciousness is above all yoga process. Actually, we're going to have come practice yoga system, and when we're going to attain the perfection of yoga, we're going to attain the perfection of yoga. That's when we come to Krishna consciousness. So, in text 40 of chapter 2 of the Bhagavad-Gītā, so Lord Krishna says, so the Krishna is instructing Arjuna that this part of yoga which I am instructing you, which should be taken up by everyone, and being taken up by everyone is auspicious for everyone. Everyone is bound to attain something. Everyone is bound to attain something. So the Lord said, he said, in this endeavor, it means prayers, prayer means the practice. In this practice, in this endeavor, there is no loss of diminution. And the next advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. So the Lord mentioned this verse here, that yes, this part of yoga, no more can be a loser. Because sometimes we are practicing Krishna consciousness and then we are unable to proceed. So we go home. We go back to where we come from. So it's like, okay, let's say you've used 5 years or 10 years or whatever amount of time. So what happens? So you lose everything. But the Lord said, no, there is no loss. Because all spiritual activities, anybody is bound to attain something of spiritual activities. So, for example, we know if you deposit 10,000 rupees in your bank account and you are withdrawing it, ultimately it's going to become empty. It will become empty. So that is materialistic activities, that's materialistic affairs. Materialistic affair, there's what we call the law of diminution. constant diminution. You take something out, it will diminish. The spiritual life is not like that. Spiritual life, even though one may gain something, still there is no loss. It mentions that if one is chanting meditation, for example, let's say one is chanting Nama-parāṁ. Nama-parāṁ is offensive chanting because not everyone is chanting Sudanam. Because when you chant Sudanam, you can see Kṛṣṇa directly. The moment you chant Kṛṣṇa, Sudanam, there's a taste. And there's yāti. Yāti is there. You feel immediate attachment to Kṛṣṇa. You want to pray to Kṛṣṇa, oh my dear Lord, give me thousands of mouths so that I can chant your name. Or give me thousands of ears so that I can hear your glories, your pastimes. Because your name, your glories, everything about you is so sweet. So I want thousands of eyes, thousands of mouths, and thousands of ears. Because everything about Kṛṣṇa is so sweet. But in our stage, we don't have such kind of adhikar, so to say, or we don't have such level of spiritual advancement that we feel immediate attraction whenever we chant or hear the name of Kṛṣṇa. So because that stage is not there, so therefore there's a stage of what we call Nama-parāṁ, that's what offensive chanting, inattentive chanting, or offensive chanting. So in that process, there is a reward also. Because anyone who chants Krishna's name will get something. Just like Swarupa Goswami is also explained this nicely in the bhakti-yoga, that anyone who takes any aspect of Krishna consciousness will get something. In this case, you chant Nama-parāṁ, you will get material benefits. Money will come. You will get material necessities. And of course, that's not the goal of chanting, but that's what you get as a result of Nama-parāṁ. It's only Nama-bhas where when there's no more offenses, then that's when you attain the liberation. Nama-bhas. Sudanam is when love of God comes. Sudanam. But the Lord is saying that anyone who has taken to this process, this yoga process, that there is no loss, because whatever little practice you make, whatever little effort you make, that will be permanent bank account. Permanent bank account, and that will save you from the greatest amount of fear in this material world. Just like we have many devotees in our Krishna consciousness movement who have taken to the practice and then they gave up and then they went to perform so many sinful activities. And then all of a sudden, at the time, let's say they become very sick. And then, just about the time they are about to die, all of a sudden, devotees will come to them. All of a sudden, devotees will come. And devotees will be chanting around them. All of a sudden. And some devotees, they become desirous of hearing, chanting, or being with the devotees. So if that problem goes on, because when the Lord said, that whatever one think of at the time of death, such a platform, such a state, is one who's going to attain in one's next life. For example, if you are thinking of your dog at the time of your death, you become a dog in the next life. But devotees, who all of a sudden, even though, because he had practiced before, and then he gave up the process, he got involved in simple activities, but his spiritual practice, which he had done before, which had accumulated, that balance is still there. So the time will come when that will come to be beneficial for him. So the Lord said, that there is no fear in this endeavor. Because when somebody person he was dying and devotees come, they are chanting around him. So you see devotees hearing the holy names, and by hearing the holy names, he's able to think of Kṛṣṇa. And by thinking of Kṛṣṇa, the next life, his Krishna consciousness, his pure Krishna consciousness become revived. Just like Ajamil, a very famous story, even Ajamil was not even involved in any kind of devotional activities. But somehow, by his own fortune, he named his son Narayan. So by naming his son Narayan, every time it's always called Narayan. Narayan, come, Narayan, this, come here, come here, come here. So actually, by doing this, he was chanting name that it's called a Namabas, basically. He was chanting Namabas. This is analyzed like there are 4 ways of Namabas. The Sankitya, Pariyascha, Hilananshubhayacha, there are 4 types of ways by which a person can chant without even any attention, by lieu of jest, by laughing about it, so many things like that. But actually, he was constantly calling upon his child, whose name was Narayan, that by doing so, he had accumulated the spiritual credit without even his knowledge. So that when the time of his death comes, and the Yamanita came to take him away, immediately Vishnu came and said, no, you cannot take this man. You have no right to take him. You have no right, because this man, he has chanted the names of the Lord. Because he has chanted the names of the Lord, he's been washed out of all kinds of sinful activities. The text we are reading today, he mentioned yogī saṁśuddha-kilbiṣaḥ, saṁśuddha-kilbiṣaḥ means being cleansed of all kinds of sinful activities. Being cleansed. Being cleansed of all kinds of contaminations of materialistic existence. So basically, by chanting the Lord's name, one become washed out. Saṁśuddha-kilbiṣaḥ. One is cleansed of all kinds of rubbish, of all kinds of contamination of materialistic existence by the process of chanting. So because I can be as chanter, so the Vishnu said, no, you cannot touch this man. You have no right to touch him because he has chanted the Lord's name and he is no more under your domain. So Yamaduta they are forbidding, and Vishnuduta they able to save Ajamil. And of course, they didn't take him away, they didn't take him to Vaikuntha, because he still have to go through a process of purification for him. So therefore, after being saved by Vishnuduta, so he went to Aridwan to practice spiritual life, to purify himself, and then he went to Vaikuntha. So this is the part of Krishna consciousness. It's a very auspicious part. Everyone is benefited, regardless. So here, the Lord mentioned that a yogi, after taking birth, and then he mentioned here that engaging himself with a lot of effort. Now, in the text number 41, the Lord said, yoga brashta vijayate. The Lord said, prapya punya kritam lokam ushitra sashati tamaha samaha suchitam srimatan vihe yoga brashta vijayate. That unsuccessful yogi, after many years of enjoyment or the pious of entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocrats. So we find there are two types of practitioners which are mentioned here. Two types, from text number 41 to text number 44 of this chapter 6. Two types of practitioners the Lord mentioned, which were the two types of practitioners who fell down from their practice. One practitioner who does just for a short time, if they are doing yoga for a short time, so they fell down. They fell down, which means they gave up the practice. And why did one fall down? Why one fall down due to sense desire, due to materialistic sense desire? That's why one fall down. Because especially when we are engaging in Krishna consciousness, we find that we are often very weak. Our heart is not strong. We don't have a strong determination to just keep going on, because especially Maya will give us so many attractions. Maya will give us so many allurements. So because of that, so we become very weak, and then often we give up the temptation to continue the practice. And when we do that, so because we have practiced yoga system, what happens is when we give up that body, we go to the higher planet. We go to the higher planet, the planet of, is mentioned here, the Punya Kitam Lokam, which means the planet of the pious living entities. So we go to such planets as a result of brief yoga practice. We go there, we enjoy there for a long period of time. Just like Sri Prabhupada actually said, he said that many of my disciples, we go to a heavenly planet in the next life. Prabhupada said it. And Prabhupada know that, yeah, not everyone has proper adhikar for Krishna consciousness. He said that many of my disciples will go to the heavenly planet. So you go to the heavenly planet, and then you will enjoy for many years, for thousands of years. And then after that, when the time that is supposed to be living the planet is finished, then you come down again. And some people, they come down, take birth, but this time they will take birth in the aristocracy, they can be aristocratic families or kingdom families. They will take birth after that. Or those who have practiced yoga for a long period of time. They practice yoga for a long period of time, and they also become susceptible to materialistic desires. So they further forget platform. Some persons also, then what happened is that they will also have different results. The examples given of Kadama Muni or Subari Muni, who, even though they are great yogis, they are great rishis, but somehow, they had to fly down from their platform. But it's not, their fall down is not as those who only briefly practice. Their fall down. So in that case, for example, Kadama Muni, because he had some part of material sense and enjoyment, so Lord Brahma gave him devotee to marry. Lord Brahma gave him devotee to marry, but at the same time, devotee happened to be the mother of Kapil Muni, Kapil Dev, who happened to be God himself. So even though he got married to a devotee, but he was able to produce God as a son, so Kadama Muni ultimately he attained the ultimate liberation. Subari Muni on the other hand, even though he practiced yoga for a long period of time, he practiced yoga. He was in the river, he went inside the river and he was meditating for a long time, But somehow, he saw two fish copulating. And when he saw two fish copulating, so desire to have sex with him, he came up within his mind. He came up. And then even though he was a rishi, so he wanted to marry. So he came out of the river, and then he went to the King Mandata, he went to his palace, to King Mandata, and he told him that, I want to marry one of your daughters. You must give me one of your daughters in marriage. So the king said, well, I have no objection if you want to marry my daughter, but I have 50 daughters. So you can ask any of my 50 daughters if they want to marry you. It's up to them. Because the king cannot refuse. He cannot refuse a rishi. Because you know that if you refuse a rishi, the rishi may become angry and Kṛṣṇa. So the king, and then the king told him that, look, you rishi, you've been in the water for a long period of time. Your body is very, very ugly. So I don't think any of my daughters will be willing to marry you. Because you look at your body, so to ugly body you have. Skin, raw skin. So the rishi said, don't worry, I can fix that. Because with the rishi, he has all the linguistic power. He said, don't worry, I can fix that. So immediately he transformed himself into a very beautiful young man. So he transformed himself into a very beautiful young man. So when the king called his 50 daughters, he said, any of you can choose this person as your husband. So all the 50 daughters, they became attracted to him. He said, you're such a beautiful young man, such a beautiful man. So they all said, we want to marry him. So the king said, so the king married his 50 daughters to Subari. Now, all of a sudden Subari now became the husband of 50 wives. So you can just imagine the kind of materialistic entanglement that comes his way. And then, of course, after a period of time, after a long period of enjoyment, he realized that what a foolishness he has indulged himself in. So he had to give up that platform. So these two practitioners of yoga, those who practice for a short time and those who practice for a long period of time. So both of them, when they again come back to resume their practice. So one thing that is mentioned here is that When such persons, when they take birth in the family of aristocracy, or they take birth in the family of great Brahmins, great yoga practitioners, such persons, they automatically become attracted to yoga practice. Just like sometimes, we have many of our devotees who are born in very rich families. Even though they were born in a very rich family, but they became attracted to Krishna consciousness. They became attracted to transcendental life. So, such persons, they have the automatic attraction to the way of the transcendental life, even though they may be surrounded with all kinds of wealth. But the attraction is the yoga practice. So we mentioned here that such persons, they said, prayatnād, yatamānas, yoga, saṁśuddha-kilbiṣaḥ. So such yogī, they engage themselves with great effort, which will become very, very serious in their yoga practice. They engage themselves in it so that they can attain perfection with great effort. And by doing so, they get washed of all contamination of materialistic existence, saṁśuddha-kilbiṣaḥ. They become free of all contaminations. And by becoming free of that, ultimately they come to the stage of pure Kṛṣṇa consciousness. So there is a recitation which is made by there's a statement by aneka-janma-saṁsiddhas in the Bhagavad-Gītā, which complements this verse. So aneka-janma-saṁsiddhas is saying, Bhagavad-Gītā saṁśuddha-yoga-samadhinam yāstam yatante yataya sunya-garesu yat-padam. This is from Bhagavad-Gītā, 3rd canto, chapter 24, text 28. Because I mentioned that before one can come to the perfection of yoga practice, one has to take so many births. It takes many births of practice before one can attain perfection. So we mentioned here, it means after many births, the mature yogis, by complete yatas in yoga, endeavor in secluded places to see the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Srila Prabhupada said, some important things are mentioned here about yoga. The word Bhagavad-Gītā means after many births of mature yoga practice. And another word, Samyak-yoga-samadhina, means by complete practice of the yoga system. Complete practice of yoga means bhakti-yoga, unless one comes to the point of bhakti-yoga or surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one's yoga practice is not complete. This same point is corroborated in the Bhagavad-Gītā, that after many births, yearning who has matured in transcendental knowledge surrenders unto the Supreme Personality of God. Aneka-janma-saṁsiddhas repeats the same statement after many years and many births of complete practice of yoga. One can see the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. It is not that after one practice some sitting postures, he immediately become perfect. One has to perform yoga for a long time, many births, to become mature. And in yoga, he has to practice in a secluded place. One cannot practice yoga in a city or in a public park and declare that he has become God simply by selection of dollars. This is all bogus propaganda. Those who are actually yogis practice in a secluded place, and after many births, they become successful provided they surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the completion of yoga. So now, it mentioned that which means the success of yoga, which is done after many births. The success of yoga is the coming to Kṛṣṇa consciousness. So which means those who have come to Kṛṣṇa Bhakti are those who have actually practiced yoga system for several lifetimes. And this is also corroborated by devotee, the mother of Kapila Muni. So devotee means Aho Mata Samacho Togariyam Yaj Magre Te Namatubhyam Tapos to prostrate the Guru Sasnaya Brahmano Chil Namadunantiyate. So devotee said that, my Lord, persons who chant the holy names of your Lordship are far advanced in spiritual life. Even if born in families of dog eaters, such chanters have undoubtedly performed all kinds of austerities and sacrifices, bathed in all sacred places, and finished all spiritual service. So it means those who come to Kṛṣṇa consciousness, they are not ordinary. And that's why it's very, very important that we will not take any devotee for granted. Every devotee should always be respected. We should never take them for granted, because they say here that those devotees who have come to practice devotional service are those who have practiced yoga practice for over the period of many lifetimes. Many lifetimes. So it means the success of their yoga practice is the fact that they come to the point of chanting the Lord's name and practice bhakti-yoga in Kṛṣṇa consciousness. In the last verse of this chapter, the Lord is going to say, Yogīnam apisāpajam māt-gatim-atmana sadhāvam bhagati-yogam vāda-sāme vitatamo-mataḥ. Of all yogi, the one who is constantly thinking of him is the best of all yoga, and it's in me. So, anyway, this is very nice, wonderful text. The last explaining of how the yoga practitioners with same behaviors, after a long period of time, is washed off of all contaminations, no more sinful activities. Actually, as mentioned in the Bhagavad-Gītā, that when one comes to Kṛṣṇa consciousness, immediately all sinful activities are eradicated. Both prarabdha and aprarabdha karma, they all washed out. They all become eradicated. We won't take to the process of Kṛṣṇa consciousness. So which means Kṛṣṇa consciousness is the topmost stage of bhakti-yoga, is the topmost stage of the spiritual practice. So thank you very much. If there is any question, or comments, go ahead. Yes. Time for Kirtan, I guess. Any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you very much for your nice lecture.
Hare Krishna.
Bhakti-yoga, that is the parāṁ of Kṛṣṇa consciousness, it is the easiest way to success in the Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Whereas yogi, it will take him many lifetimes to reach the Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Despite the fact, yogi also knows the fact that bhakti-yoga is better than the yoga practice. So why he is wasting his time by spending the many lifetimes by practicing yoga rather than directly approaching the bhakti-yoga?
Yeah, one thing, because Bhakti-yoga is very easy to practice. Just chant, dance, and take Kṛṣṇa. Render service to Kṛṣṇa. That is the bhakti-yoga. So it's a very simple process. And most people do not like something easy. So they say, oh, if it's so easy, then it must not be good. So they rather perform yoga. Easy thing, people don't like easy thing. So, oh, just chant, dance, eat some spiritual food, and then you attain spiritual perfection. That's so easy. So people are not interested in something so easy. So therefore, they do to pride, yes, I can meditate, I can perform austerities, I can do all these things, meditate, austerities, fast, so people like something that is very, very tough to do. They don't like easy things. But actually, as mentioned here, the combination of yoga practice is bhakti-yoga. That's a combination of yoga practice. And that's why we want to practice yoga. Because when we become purified, when the heart is completely cleansed of the reactions of sinful activities, is that stage that one comes to the place of Krishna comes about yoga practice. Is at that stage. But this requires a cleansing of the heart. And that's why we come back what I want to say, that those who have come to Krishna consciousness, those who are chanting the holy name of the Lord, they are those, which means they must have been great yogis in their previous life. They must have been yogis, tapashis, they performed so much austerity in their previous life, they studied scriptures in their previous life. That's why one comes to this stage, in this time. That's why Baba will say that people don't like physically, they like something very difficult, very rigorous. So people do not like to practice bhakti-yoga. But this requires great fortune. One has to be fortunate to actually come to the part of bhakti-yoga. Because bhakti-yoga, it requires surrender. You have to surrender. Surrender has to be there. One has to surrender. It means you have to surrender. Rama means nothing belongs to me anymore. This body, everything, only belongs to the Lord. So, unless there's surrender, there's no bhakti-yoga. The surrender has to be there. Surrender has to be there. Surrender is the most difficult thing. People don't like to surrender. Even though when we come to the devotional service, still the surrender is not there. And that's why those who are come will find it difficult to even practice Krishna consciousness. Because it involves surrender. Surrender involves humility, giving up pride, giving up forcing, all these things. In order for one to actually surrender. You want to ask a question? So anyway, so that's the thing. People find this easy. I mean, so they don't want to practice this stuff. They don't do what is most important. What are you doing? Okay? Anyway, thank you very much. So it's almost time for the downwards again. Alright? So thank you very much for listening. See the Purport. Go to the